America loves a comeback story, especially when it's on four wheels. Bring back a legendary nameplate, build it right, and the crowd goes wild. But what about the icons we lost? The American brands that disappeared, yet their cars still live rent-free in our heads. These were cars with personality, with noise, with attitude. And with today's tech, they could be even better. Let's jump into the machines America needs back on the road.
AMC AMX. The AMX was Detroit mischief in a two-seat shell, short wheelbase, big lungs, and no back seat to save the luggage or your friends. The 390 made stout power for its day, and the whole car felt like it couldn't wait to pick a fight with a corner. AMC kept the weight reasonable, and the thing looked mean, especially with the Go package. Think small block attitude with a track toy's footprint. A reboot that chases feel over fluff makes the most sense. Aluminum and composites could keep mass in check, while a twin-turbo 3.0 with around 400 HP could fit the punch-to-weight brief. With a proper limited slip, quick steering, and alignment ranges that allow serious negative camber, the chassis turns adjustable and honest. Big brakes with real ducting, small screens, clear gauges, and perfect pedals round it out. Narrow scope, sharp edges. That's AMX energy without shouting. 1969 AMC Javelin SST. The first, most obvious place to look for some budget horsepower is with the woefully underrated AMC muscle cars. A 1969 Javelin SST with a 390 Ci V8 is good for 315 ponies and has some uniquely cool styling to go along with it. Classic Mustangs and Camaros are so ubiquitous that people don't really notice them on the street, but a Javelin is guaranteed to turn heads. Almost no modern eyes have ever seen one before, but its striking, aggressive design is sure to be a conversation starter. 1969 Javelin SST prices and values. J.D. Power average retail $21,000. Hagerty good condition $28,400. Breaking the ice on that conversation is supremely cheap with the J.D. Power average retail price at barely over $20,000. Hagerty thinks a little more of the AMC muscle car, valuing it in good condition at almost $30,000, which lines up with the average auction price. Bring a Trailer, however, has offered up some truly great deals, including that bittersweet orange beauty above that hit the Hagerty value almost exactly, selling for $28,000. It's not just a good condition ride, though, as it is restored and only has 41K miles on it. DeLorean DMC-12. This iconic movie car tends to get a lot of hate in enthusiast circles, but under all that stainless steel was a fascinating idea. The DMC-12 used a rear-mounted Renault-sourced 2.85-liter V6, around 130 to 150 HP in period, a 5-speed manual or 3-speed auto, and a Lotus-tuned backbone chassis with composite underbody. Gull-wing doors and brushed steel made it a rolling spaceship. The car needed more power and less weight, but the bones were right. Mid-engine handling feel, an emphasis on materials, and an identity no other coupe could touch. A proper return would keep the doors, the steel look, and the engine behind the seats, but fix the performance. A compact plug-in layout cleans up the old sins without muting the grin. The gull-wing doors and brushed steel vibe probably need to stay, but paired with a 2-liter turbo driving the rear wheels and a strong front E-motor for instant shove, a curb weight under roughly 3,600 pounds, bonded aluminum and molded composites would keep responses crisp. Well, that might seem a bit too advanced for the DMC-12, but hey, that exterior still screams high-tech, right? Oldsmobile Tornado. In 1966, the Tornado brought American front-wheel drive to the big power party. Under that crisp body sat a 425cc V8 with around 385 horsepower and a chain-driven TH425 transaxle. The floor stayed flat, the packaging was clever, and the steering felt surprisingly precise for a big coupe. Later cars softened, but the original idea, innovative packaging and torque for days, was bold. It proved Detroit could rethink the layout and deliver something new. We hate to say it, but electrons seem to suit the original mission here. In our heads, long hood proportions meet dual-motor AWD with 500 to 600 horsepower, natural-feeling one-pedal, and honest aero for highway range. Also, how about a W34 pack with bigger brakes, added cooling, stickier rubber, and firmer damping for those looking for something hardcore? The cabin, meanwhile, needs to stay calm. Crisp HUD, a few tactile knobs, great seats, and road noise dialed down to a hush. Layout pioneer then, serenity at speed now. Plymouth Barracuda. The Barracuda hit first. Plymouth's fastback arrived in 1964, 2 weeks before Mustang. Most remember the 1970 to 1974 E-body Cuda, which could take a 426 Hemi with a shaker hood and deliver near supercar straight-line speed for the era. Big block and small block V8s, pistol grip shifters, and stout rear ends defined the car. It raced in Trans Am and starred in countless garages. It also had a chassis that begged for better tires and modern damping. In modern clothes, Barracuda reads as a purist's RWD coupe with options that match different tastes. A naturally aspirated V8 that spins past 7,000 would be our choice, but a twin-turbo 6 with a fat torque curve might be better for daily duty. The driver position needs to be near the rear axle, while a square tire setup for balance and a track pack with real coolers and 200 treadwear rubber would set the tone. Factory-developed Mopar parts, coilovers that work, aero that adds downforce, and a precise short throw would be a cool addition. Porsche 944. Average used value, $13,047 for the base model, $28,692 for the turbo. The second of the two Porsches on this list, the Porsche 944, is a newer version of the same platform that the Porsche 924 was based on. Because of that, it got a lot of the same prejudices, and certain enthusiasts also prefer its driving dynamics over the classic 911s of the same era. Time has proven it to be one of the best used sports cars around, though. You can pick one up for an average of $13,047 for a base model, and the more desirable and more fun 944 Turbo can be yours for an average of $28,692. The 944 Turbo has genuinely great performance for its era, too, producing around 220 HP and 243 pound-feet of torque from its turbocharged 2.5-liter inline-4 engine. Like the 924, that Porsche badge will almost guarantee that the 944 will become a properly desirable classic in the future. If you go out and buy one now, you're going to have an old-school sports car that's absolutely worth every penny. The 1991 Acura NSX as an example. A typical full-coverage policy comes in at around $300 per month, as per Compare.com, which works out to roughly $3,600 a year. That's not a small number, and it's before you factor in things like driving history, storage situation, or zip code. Collector insurance can sometimes be cheaper, but it usually comes with restrictions. Many policies limit mileage, require garage storage, or ban daily driving entirely. If you want the freedom to use your classic car whenever you like, you often have to move to a standard policy, which costs more. The NSX also shows how value affects premiums. A clean 1991 model is now valued well above $100,000, which pushes comprehensive and collision rates higher because repairs and parts are expensive. Even something like a simple bumper repair can cost thousands because OEM components are rare and aftermarket options are limited. Toyota MR2 AW10. Average used value, $12,012. The W10 Toyota MR2 is a car that's loved by almost every enthusiast. It's really not difficult to see why. It's a lightweight, mid-engined, two-seater, rear-wheel drive sports car built to the same philosophy that Colin Chapman applied to his classic Lotus cars. The result was a car that only has 82 HP from its 1.5-liter inline-4 engine, but it's still got very good performance because it's so light. It's also cheap to run and easy to maintain thanks to using a whole gamut of parts from other Toyotas of the same era. The rear end of the car is even just the front end of an 80s Corolla running in reverse. These early MR2s are knocking on the door of proper classic status. Even so, they're still very cheap, with base models being worth around $12,012 on the used market right now. With how great these old MR2s are to drive, and how easy they are to maintain thanks to Toyota's scavenging of its parts bin for its components, you won't regret a single penny you paid for it.